Some ghosts aren't spirits, they're the regrets that never leave us. In 1955, Evangelina Cortez, once vibrant and adored, took her own life. Some say she was haunted, others say it was guilt, but those who knew her knew the truth. When my grandmother Linda was 24, she had a friend from Quezon named Evangelina Cortez, who tragically took her own life in 1955. Evangelina, or Vangie, was known for being sociable and having many friends. Whenever there was a gathering in the barrio, she was always present, dancing, eating, drinking, and even getting close to some men. Vangie Cassava again, ailing Tina. I'm sorry, child, but this is all we can afford. Vangie, where is Tatai? Ailing Tina. He's gone, child. He went back to his wife in Sariaya. Vangie, ugh, you're unbelievable, Vangie shouted as she stormed out of the house. She never returned, leaving her mother and younger sister to survive on their own. For the next 3 years, ailing Tina struggled, unable to eat or sleep properly. She constantly worried about Vangie's fate. Eventually, Vangie's mother fell ill and their neighbors rushed her to the hospital. Every time Vangie had rehearsals, ailing Tina was there, watching and smiling at her daughter from a distance. But Vangie continued to ignore her. Over the next year and a half, Vangie found success as a stage actress. Throughout that time, her mother never stopped watching her, always smiling. Vangie, however, never acknowledged her, never even glanced in her direction. Then one day, she finally looked at her mother. As always, ailing Tina was watching her. But this time, something was different. Vangie noticed that her mother's nose was bleeding. The other day, she had seen her mother's hair falling out. At times, her skin appeared pale, her eyes empty and white. Yet, ailing Tina never stopped smiling. Sometimes Vangie would hear the sound of chopping, steady and rhythmic. It reminded her of her mother slicing cassava. Vangie confided in Linda, who was her assistant at the time, about the strange experiences she was having. Linda assumed they were just hallucinations caused by the medication Vangie was taking. The most disturbing moment, according to Linda, was when Vangie told her about seeing her mother, ailing Tina, with a bleeding face and missing teeth. Despite her injuries, ailing Tina was still smiling as she cried. Terrified, Vangie wanted to run out of the room, but her mother stood by the door, blocking her way. Panicked, Vangie hid under her blanket. When she finally gathered the courage to peek again, the vision of her mother had vanished. The next day, Vangie searched for her mother. My grandma and Vangie eventually located her house in Balagtas, Bulacan on Christmas Day. Vangie's younger sister, Lala, met them. Vangie asked where their mother was because she wanted to apologize. Before my grandma and Vangie left, Lala handed her their mother's letter. The next day, my grandma discovered that Vangie had taken her own life. In her pocket was the letter from her mother. "Take care. Love, Mother," was all it said.